Hello, I'm Ian and welcome to Somerset News Network. The press this morning are talking about a Labour mini reshuffle. Labour is heading for an election defeat whenever it's going to be. They've only been in a year. They've crashed the country. They haven't stopped the boats coming in. They put taxes up and up and up, which means we haven't got enough money to live on. They can't keep the streets safe to protect our girls. Two of the fundamental things that a government has to do is to protect its borders and protect its citizens. And it has failed dramatically. Not saying the last Conservative government was a lot better, but Labour is even worse. It's like, so they're having a reshuffle. They're talking about revamping Labour and a new kickstart. What Labour are doing is akin to shuffling the deck chairs on the Titanic. You know the Titanic is going to hit an iceberg. You know Labour, it can't win the next election. Well, that's what it looks like. People are demonstrating in the streets. They're putting flags up on the streets. They want to protect their kids because the government is not doing it. And what are the police doing? Jumping on the protesters like they're terrorists. It took 4 policemen to hold one guy down who didn't look like he was causing any trouble. Yeah, he was screaming and shouting and pointing his finger out. I think that's done to make it look like he's more dangerous than he really is. The police are overreacting. In that situation, I would have asked a policeman to arrest his colleague for assault. The policeman is there to uphold the law. And if the policeman's mate is unlawfully detaining a citizen that's lawfully protesting, then the policeman is breaking the law. He's going above the rights and the force that he's allowed to do. It's like a mini Gestapo, for Christ's sake. They even pepper sprayed a 70-year-old woman, and they were pepper spraying kids. What are the police think they're doing? They're there to uphold the law and to maintain the law and show some professionalism. I blame their training. Their training is allowing them to do this. Oh, we can do this. We can get away with it, lads. I've had dealings with them. I now find out that the guy that used a false name on Facebook, used a sock puppet, he was using his mates in his gun club and the Funny Handshake Club to come and try and arrest me. 3 police investigations I've had. 2 of them, he was breaking the law. And they turned it on me to hide his crimes. Giving false information to the police using a false name is a crime. So he was using a sock puppet, so that was a crime. I pointed this out to him and nothing happened. Because they're his mates. So if that's going on here with me, what's happening at these protests? Antifa were brought in to create friction between the alleged protesters and the police. But we saw the police picking the protesters up and bringing them to the protest in Epping and then driving them back to the police station. Could it be that these guys in masks that had infiltrated, or had they infiltrated the demonstration, are actually Antifa members? And it's all a show for the television to make the lawful demonstration look far right. Because that's what they do, they call it far right. Now, is the guy that was arrested anything to do with Antifa? And has he got links to the police? Could he be an undercover police officer? I don't know. I pose the questions. Why would he need to be masked within a patriot protest? The only people that have been masked are Antifa. Because one thing the demonstrators have been told is not to wear masks. So these guys, there was about 3 or 4 guys in masks controlling the situation. Was it organised by the government and the police that these guys would be sat on and taken away? They might end up getting a police caution or just let go. It'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? They actually used pepper spray on a 70-year-old lady in pink. A grandmother. The whole thing absolutely stinks. The police are out of control. And we're going to make sure that we don't get agitators within the patriot movement to make us look bad. We have got to have stewards that know how to intervene between the agitators and the police. It's not an easy thing to do. But with a little bit of training, we can defuse the situation so we can still have a protest and not allow the police to be heavy-handed. Because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for film footage that they can put on the 6 o'clock news on the BBC and say, look, it's far-right disturbance. Because it does not make us look good. Anyway, this reshuffle is not any good for Labour. Or, like I said, it's only moving the deck chairs on the Titanic, and Labour is still heading for that election iceberg. Have you noticed how the Conservatives are coming out with reform policies? The Conservative leader, I think she's quite a nice lady. I quite like her. I think I'd like to sit down and have dinner with her and have a chat. I quite like her. But she's got the old Tory party on her back, and she's trying to defend it. But she's now saying what Reform is saying, that we got to stop the boats. Well, they said that when they were in power and never stopped the boats. Labour said they were going to stop the boats and haven't done it. And they're saying, oh, It's international law. They're refugees. No, they're not. They're economic migrants. And if they come into this country, they are illegal economic migrants. They're outlaws as soon as they step on in this country without seeking citizenship in France, which is a free country anyway, and a safe country. What do? Put them up in 5-star hotels. They work on, they're Deliveroo. And in London, where you've got the Britannia Hotel, where they're protesting outside, the police escorted the illegal immigrants who aren't allowed to work because they're illegal to the food distribution, delivery services. They're aiding and abetting the crime. I think if a girl is raped by an illegal alien, that Cooper, Starmer and other members of the Labour cabinet should be in the dock alongside the rapist for aiding and abetting the crime. They have allowed it to happen. If you have a farm and you allow criminals to grow cannabis on your farm, you're aiding and abetting a crime, and you're done for it. And I know a guy who's been done for that. So if the government is allowing these people in and going out picking them up, for Christ's sake, then they're aiding and abetting that crime. And if one illegal immigrant is in court for raping a girl, then the ministers and the Prime Minister and Starmer should be alongside him for aiding and abetting that crime. Simple. Anyway, that's my rant over for this morning. Let's see what the reshuffle's going to be, and let's see who's out and who's in. Is Rachel from accounts still going to be in a job tomorrow? We wait and see. Bye bye for now.